Hi, welcome to the garden. Today is Friday, and you know what we do at my house on Friday? We plant. You gotta be crazy. It's September 9th. You can't plant this late. Well, sure you can. And then what does a cardboard box have to do with anything? Well, I'm gonna show you it doesn't take much to plant. And I hope you join me for that. So come on, let's plant. Right in here, we planted some cabbages. So this is kind of our brassica. And pull that mulch back a little more. But right here, we've already got coriander in, or cilantro. We've got a couple spinaches growing. And we've got a volunteer Swiss chard, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and use this as a brassica patch. We're going to go ahead and plant some baby choy, some pak choy, and some more cilantro, since we already have some growing there. Now we're just going to make a couple little furrows. We're going to do like Ruth Stout. We're just going to pat this in, light cover, and then once this comes up, then we'll go ahead and mulch back around it. So these are regular sized brassica seeds. And I plant this kind of heavy because of the critters. Our cabbages came up pretty good. We lost some of the spinach. So there's one row. Save those seeds. Then the second row, we're going to do the pak choy. The ground wants to stay covered, remember. We've got our two choys in here. Save those seeds. And of course our coriander, our cilantro seeds, the coriander is quite a bit bigger. So we're going to put this in heavy. Pat that down. I've got another row here. We'll see what we get. On September 9th, we got some more in the garden, but we're also going to plant some radishes, and we're going to do it the way everybody can do it. Now right over here where I threw the hay over the other day, we got watermelon vines encroaching in here, but that's fine. We're going to take our cardboard box, we're just going to fill it with some soil. Now you can get some soil from the big box store, and your box doesn't have to be this big. Go ahead and fill that box about 3/4 up. Now what am I doing out here by the other radishes? I told you we were going to plant by these radishes, and we are. And again, this is a perfect example of the ground wants to stay covered. Right here, where I didn't mulch back, because I intended to plant some more. We got a few little weeds coming in. So just take a second and clear those out. And now we're ready to plant. Of course, I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. And while we're at it, we're also going to go ahead and plant in here. So I'm going to take my radish seeds, and I'm going to make one little row here. And I'm going to make one little row next to it. And just like Ruth Stout, I'm just going to pat that in. And here in the container, it's going to be just about the same thing. You can use a cardboard box. You can use a small dish. You want to have enough soil in it that it will retain some moisture. But then I'm just going to scatter some of these across the top. I'm going to scatter a few more. Now I'm not going to water this till we get it up by the house, and it is a cardboard box after all. You either need to put some kind of saucer underneath it, or you need to set it on concrete or something you don't mind that gets a little wet. But we'll take this up at the house here in a minute. Our new radishes in the garden, we give them a little drink. We give the radishes we planted the other day a nice little drink. We're good to go. Welcome to the Frost Finals, the 60-day hurdle. In lane 1, the gardener. He's looking intense. On your mark, get set, sow. Comes to the first hurdle. Oh. These are some of the fastest growing seeds we can put in the ground. And I'm going to plant corn, and we're going to take the gamble. Now 8 days ago, I came out here and opened this up. We planted this corn. We planted this squash. We planted these beans. We planted this spinach, we planted these turnips, and we planted these beets. And we even have onions coming up. I've chosen this Bush Champion cucumber. It says it's got 55 days to harvest. And just the other day, we had one coming up. Now we got a bunch pushing through the mulch. And the cucumbers I mulched back pretty heavy. We also have our peas and lettuce coming up. And I've got a small enough area here to put lettuce in that we can use a mini greenhouse. Up here against the fence, we're going to plant some peas. But what you need to look at right now is when's your first frost date. And from here, our lettuce and our beets and our squash that are 2 weeks behind what we just planted on Labor Day, this is what you can expect. This is the kind of growth you're going to get. If you don't sow, you can't grow. We planted these beans in late August. We've already got beans on. You can do this too. Your plants grow very fast in the heat of the late summer. And then we still have time as it cools off into fall. And you get a harvest before it frosts. And yes, our time is getting short. And right here, I'm calling this our brassica patch. These are all very cold hardy. Actually, the choys I waited to put in today because any kind of warm weather makes them bolt. So once they come up, we will protect this area with some kind of cold frame. And we'll have these cabbages and the choys throughout the winter. We'll see if this beet right here will go to seed or if we're going to overwinter it. And we've got a little bit of chard right there, which will be nice. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and start these over here by the sweet potatoes and the peanuts. Now you can use just about any kind of soil. You can get an inexpensive bag at the big box stores. And you should still be able to get seeds if you don't have any. And you don't have to use a box this big. Anything you can get some soil in. I'm just going to water this in, and we did it Ruth Stout style. I just scattered those seeds across the top, patted them in. I am going to put a handful of old dry grass clippings on here to help hold that moisture in. And this is just a light little layer on top. It's not packed in at all, and it's just to hold that moisture in. I'm going to put a little bit around some of the sweet potatoes too. I picked up a little more than I needed. But that's the beauty of the mulch. You can always put it somewhere. You can do this too. Get a cardboard box, a small container, a coffee can. Make sure you got some holes in it if you have a coffee can. You're going to want a saucer. But fill it about 3/4 with soil. Put a couple seeds in there. Water that. Sit it on your windowsill. You'd be surprised at how you feel. You can do this too. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.